Hopefully by now you're quite familiar with the coin problem. So what I want to do is just go through a solution to it, why that's the solution, and go from there. So remember, we've got 21 coins. We've got a balance scale. One of the coins is fake. It weighs more or less than the others. And our goal is to figure out which one of the coins is fake in as few weighings as possible. So I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to give you the solution, and then I'll defend it. So let's say that we've got our 21 coins. I'm going to split those into 3 piles of 7. And initially, I'm going to go ahead and weigh 2 of them against each other. Okay, so there's one weighing, and I need to tell you what happens in both cases. If they balance, the fake is in that pile. All right, so sure. And if they balance and the fake is in that pile, what I'm going to do is weigh those guys. Oops. So I know it's in the green. So weigh those guys. And my smartboard's being a jerk. Against a pile of real coins, because we know that the 2 piles on the scales are real. Say we'll use the red ones. Okay. That will tell us if the fake weighs more or less than the real coins. Right, because I know that those 7 coins are real, that I'm weighing it against. I know that one of the coins in the green 7 is fake, so the 6 real coins in the green 7 and the 6 real coins in the red 7 will weigh the same, and then the other coin in the red 7 is real, the other coin in the green 7 is fake, so whatever their difference is, if it's heavier, it'll go down on the green side. If it's lighter, it'll go up on the green side. Okay, so there's 2 weighings if they balance, right? Because the 1 and then the second. Now, if they don't balance, so this is still this guy and this guy with these off to the side. This is still that first weighing. If these are not balanced, let's replace the heavier one with this 7 I had along the side. Okay, these 7 extra. Now, since the red and blue 7s were not balanced, I know that the green 7 is real coins, right? So, I'll have 2 cases here, right? If this balances, then the pile I took off has the fake. And the fake is heavier. Right? I took fake coins off, and they were heavier because I took off the heavier one. Okay. If this does not balance, then the fake is in the pile I left on the scale. Right, the one that I didn't replace. If the fake is the one I left on the scale, I also know then that the coins I took off were real and that both of those were heavier than the pile with the fake in it. So I also know here the fake is lighter. Okay, let me sum up where we are so far. So I've done 2 weighings. And I know what pile of 7 has the coin. I also know if the fake coin is heavier or lighter. Right, because I had the 2 cases. If the 7 and 7 balance, I know that the fake coin is in the extra ones. I weigh those extra ones against one of the real ones I've got. That'll tell me if it's heavier or lighter. Or if the fake coin was on my scale, when I replace it, I can replace those 7. I can figure out if the ones I replaced were fake, because now it balances, or if the ones I didn't replace are fake, because it's still unbalanced. And since I replaced the heavier one, if I removed it, they balance, the coin's heavier. If I removed it and it didn't balance, then the coin is lighter. So I know these 2 things after 2 weighings. So I'm down to 7 coins. Because it is easier to explain, I'm going to break from the way that I quote-unquote should do this. And I'm going to weigh a pile of 3 against a pile of 3, and I'm going to leave 1 left over. Okay, so here, so my scale has to be black. Here is my 3rd weighing. Okay, I've used 2 no matter what. Here's my 3rd one. So I've got 2 cases. If this balances, then this green guy that I didn't just weigh is the fake, because he must be the one of those 7 that weighed different. Okay, if it doesn't balance, so if not, I'll know which pile of 3 has the fake. And I know that because one of them is going to go up and one of them is going to go down, and I know if the fake coin is heavier or lighter. So I'll know which pile of 3 has a fake, and this is as I know if the fake is heavier or lighter. Okay. So now, after 3 weighings, I'm either done or I'm down to 3 coins. Here comes my 4th weighing. I have 3 left. So I will split those into 3 piles. Whoa. There we go. And I'll weigh 1 and 1. If these are balanced, then this blue 1 is the fake, because I didn't weigh him. If not, then I'll know which coin so I'll know which of the red one and the green one is fake. since I know if the fake is heavier or lighter. Because if the scale moves, one of them will be heavier than the other. And I already determined after my first two weighings that the fake coin was heavier or lighter. So that was my fourth weighing. So I can find the fake in 4 uses of the scale. At most, right? If things went really bad, at most. Now, that's really only part of the solution. It's the majority of it is showing that I can do it in 4. But there's another tiny part. This other tiny part you do not need to worry about. Okay, if you do your rewrite and you've got this solution in it, you don't need to worry about it. But it's worth mentioning. So, how do I know 4 is the minimum? Right, presumably whatever solution you got, you thought was the minimum because that's what you went with. So how do I know I'm right? How do I know I can't do this in 3? Well, I'm going to do some hand waving here a little bit, but here's the big idea. In any step, so in any use of the balance scale, I can, and I'm at a bad angle on the board here. I can get info about, at most, 3 piles. Now, there's a version of this problem where you have a real coin that you can use, and you can use some number theory stuff to do better than this. But this isn't that case because I don't know that I have a real coin until I get started. And if I use a real coin to get started, or spend one of my weighings or 2 of my weighings to get started to find a fake coin, I'll end up in the same spot I am here. So don't worry too much about that. But in any use of the balance scale, I can get info about, at most, 3 piles. So, if I know the coin is lighter, or I know it's heavier, so if I already have one of these situations, here's what I can do. At best, I can split this into 3 piles, and my goal is to split it so that I can get rid of 2 piles, the 2 smallest piles, and that they're as large as they can be. So if I split it here and I know it's lighter, I can get rid of 2 of these right away. Then I can take this and split it. And this is where I said I was naughty when I was doing my solution. Because following this method, I should do 2, 2, and 3. Because these two piles of 2 are smaller. So I can get rid of them at worst. And then this 3, I can split into 3 piles with another weighing. I can get rid of 2 of those. And I'll have my bad coin. So if I know if it's heavier or lighter, with 21 coins, it would take me 3 weighings plus 1 to figure out weight of fake. And I showed you how I could do that in one weighing. In fact, it took me 2, but I also eliminated 2 piles of 7 in those 2 weighings. So this is just, like I said, kind of an afterthought, kind of an extra. If you really wanted to prove to someone that you could do it in 4 and know better, this is the kind of argument you would take. Okay, of course, if you have questions about this project or your write-up or the solution, shoot me an email. Thanks.